welcome back to Bemuse and Bloom. I'm so excited for this video and I'm really enjoying video creating. When I first got my hands on a camera, it was an old phone from my grandma. And I took videos of me and my sister goofing off. And also on my laptop in 3rd grade, I was watching some LOL videos on YouTube and I decided to make my own videos of unboxing them and stuff. And I feel like my true videographer history begins after I moved here into this house when I was 12. That's when I discovered the pause button on the phone. Okay. And then you could only record the parts that were actually necessary. I was amazed. I love to record my siblings, and as always, on the video, I love to record them, and I love to record when they were babies, when they were being silly, and just see what I could capture. I love how you can just press the start button and just see whatever you could capture on the video. It's so cool. I'm happy that my past of messing around on an iMovie with silly videos, an Avatar Last Airbender theme, and with my siblings is now a chance for an only slightly more serious channel. This week I have some more Proverbs. I'm starting at the beginning of Proverbs 1:1-7, which I've notated more to kind of break down certain parts of it as well this time. Paraphrasing some notations from my Bible. The Proverbs of Solomon, son of David, king of Israel, to know wisdom and instruction, to understand words of insight, to receive instruction in wise dealing, in righteousness, justice, equity, to give prudence and discretion to the youth. Let the wise hear and increase in learning, and the ones who understands obtain guidance. This is wisdom for the youth and for the wise. To understand a proverb and a saying, the words of the wise and the riddles. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. Knowledge tends to be understood through the world and its creatures, and so the knowledge of earth is through fearing the Lord. Fools despise wisdom and instruction. I love wisdom. So this is my music folder. I have 3 of them. One of them is for my lessons that I'm doing, voice lessons. One of them is for my YouTube and my songs that are all edited, and then my other one is for the unedited ones, the originals before they were the drafts, basically. So this is my book where I keep all my notes and kind of plan out what I'm going to be doing each week on YouTube. See, I have these where I lined out what I was going to do, including what I ended up doing for this week. And then these are some prompts and stuff that were AI generated about YouTube and other things. Just content inspiration. And then over here we have this notebook. It used to be just a normal size notebook, but I had all these other papers I put in here. They'll have songs eventually. So these are my first 3 albums lined out here. I've got album 1 here, album 2 here, and album 3 here, which is not done yet. Still has a few songs to go. And then there's a 4th album that's gonna be here, which I honestly don't know what will be a 4th album. And then I have all my songs here written out on mostly 1 page. And got plenty of new space for more poetry. And then back here I have my album cover designs that I made. This is the first one right here of myself when I was about 12, because the first 2 albums were written mostly around that time, 12, 13, 14, 15. And this is for the 2nd album. Also a picture from when I was 12, 13. I think actually this one actually might be when I was 14. And then this is a more recent picture. I did it all in pencil. With this one in pencil, different colored pencils, like these colored pencils, and these just gray pencils, and then this one was watercolor. To make these songs possible up on YouTube, I need either understanding of GarageBand to help from people who are more fluent in instruments like piano and guitar, or just take the years it will to learn myself. I'm learning piano. I've got the skill. Trust me. These are little caterpillars, and I'm going to have them in this cup, and then they're gonna do their chrysalis stuff up here on the top of this lid, and then they're going to turn into butterflies. I have a little cage that's for them to turn into butterflies in, and then after they dry their wings, they're going to go free outside. I don't know what kind of butterflies they're gonna make. I don't know what kind of caterpillars they are. Might be something that might be in the box that they came in. I'm not sure. There's that one right there. He's kind of moving around a whole lot. They're acclimating to their environment. They literally just got shipped in the mail. Should I have been shipped in the mail as a baby? Going into his chrysalis stage. So exciting! Hi. That's called When Your Brother Has a Violin Bow. I don't really like to say evolution, but for my own scientific and mathematical reasons, this place is for my art, not disproving Darwin. So instead, I will say the growth of my art. Actually, this is about comparing my comic book art from when I first started in like 2022 to now. I've become pretty good at comic book art and, drawing in general. But I'm going to show my growth from my first comic to some of my more recent comics today. This is my first comic, which was this Avatar comic that was inspired by some Avatar graphic novels. I went through like a super obsessed with the Avatar phase. I'm still pretty obsessed with Avatar, but when I was extremely obsessed, I decided to make my own comics. And this is my first layout and first drawings of characters in comic form. I had drawn them before this, but this is when I turned them into comics. That's my idea of what Baby Toph looks like. And that's pictures of her parents freaking out because she's eating a book. And a super angry guitar face. But yeah. And as you can see, this is mistletoe scene. Which of course I don't think Team Avatar would be very into the legend of the mistletoes. But yeah. When I got to this one, which was based off of Oliver's Dream, as you can read here, I got really serious with like trying to ink it, like sketch it out, ink it, and everything. So this one turned out kind of fancy in that way, fancier. And I was like, okay, I'm leveling up here. Nobody asked questions about the Taka scene happening here. I'm not even going to talk about Taka here. And we're not going to talk about Zuki either, or about the fact that I don't know how to draw kissing in this picture. There's my brother. So, super interesting. This one I actually didn't finish. I had this like faint idea. I didn't exactly finish it though. Now, that little notebook of sketches became my own graphic novel of a collection of stories, which the contents are labeled out here. And here's the cover that I had voted for. This is the votes, the tallied up votes. I know when the fifth one goes across, I didn't do that. I was just making sticks, just count sticks, that's all. And this is just a reference photo for Zuko and one of the scenes. So as you can see, my art style got a lot more better. I mean, like, there's still flaws, Aang's arm or whatever, but like I feel like some of these flaws in it just make it more realistic sometimes. As like you're obviously a work in progress with your own work. You're not perfection, and your art isn't perfection. I feel like, this face looks ridiculous. That shows that this is just all learning for me. This comic is not finished. That's the funny thing. The first comic in the entire thing isn't even finished. This one got finished. This is the new version of the mistletoe scene. Not too happy with how that kiss turned out. This one, neither. Zuko's face is just fantastic, though. Yeah, and you can see the progress. My progress. I got really impressed with this bolognese here. And this whole this. And this picture turned out really good, but I got really excited about my progress by the time I was working on this. I decided to try like an above view, so we're just above the scene here, watching what's happening. Again, I clearly just kept on trying with these kisses, but I was not doing them very good. I don't know if I'm allowed to show this on YouTube or not, but Dante Bosco signed this comic book. The voice actor of Zuko, the Dante Bosco, signed this book. And gave me this social club card. Now, I'm not going to show every page. I'm just going to start flipping. I'm just going to start flipping over a few pages just to show you the progress. Like this progress here. And that terrible kiss. Nobody asked about that. Nobody asked about this. Everybody asked about this. I was really impressed with how this character I made up turned out. I created her. She doesn't have a name. She's just one of Zuko's servant girls. But I put a little bit of character into her. Made her pretty interesting. Here's some of the other servants. They're not as interesting. Oh wait, sorry. I know I was saying every few pages, but this one page over here has this really cool thing I did. Was when I finished this page, and I was wondering, when this was all blank, I was wondering, well, how am I going to use this little box, and then this bigger box, and then all the rest of these boxes? Because, you gotta lay out what you're gonna be using in these boxes. And this page specifically challenged me to be creative, to make this, and it turned out being one of my favorite panels in this entire book. It's Sokka, Suki, and Toph right there. Toph clearly just kicked open the door. It's bam, they're in the door. Now here they are. Yeah, this page taught me the lesson. Some patience. Some fun. This is a character I made up. He is the Boulder's nephew, I think. And then this is my first time drawing Shinfu, which turned out pretty good. This is Toph's order of the Asco, and on this next page is some really nice pictures. I drew these without inking or sketching a whole lot. I just had very rough sketches and then went over them. And these ones, I don't think I had much sketching. This was totally just drawn. This picture of Toph, baby Toph. I made up this character. She's a doctor. This picture of baby Toph is also really good. And this one I think is really good. And that one's just cute. She's not wanting to eat her food. I don't know if they have high chairs in the room. I'm just gonna say that. This page is empty. This is among one of the more presentable smoochies. This whole thing. This is Sokka trying to exercise with a chicken out of his mouth. Nobody understands him at all. These are just some stickers. And this is a comic I haven't colored yet. This is... I love this little sequence where they're over here and over here. And he's watching them get his sword out, and don't ask me why he wants Suki, but that's just my own personal fan theory. That's Sokka. Sokka being sad. This picture of Aang turned out really good. I really like it. This is the ice palace and the ice slide from the graphic novel by Jin and Young and Gurahara, which is from the graphic novel series. And that is my Avatar graphic novel. Now, we know that the Avatar graphic novel is not completely finished, the one I made. completely finished. There's a lot of things that need to be changed, and honestly, I'm not sure if I'm going to finish it or not because there's too many mistakes in it. But I love that book because of how many lessons I learned doing it. And this is from one of my novels. This is a graphic novel version, partial from my novel, from my original drafts, which a lot of stuff that's in here is cut that is not in the novel because it's in the novel, in this graphic novel. Which I did this about the same time that I was doing the Avatar Anecdotes and Adventures graphic novel. And these are two of my characters. This is Jasper, and this is Gwen. She's not spelled the same way mine is. And she is quite a bit like me. I could tell you my story, but I don't think I have to. I just kind of want to show my art growth here. Some pictures here. Basically, they get in this boat and they get lost, and then they excuse Merlin. She likes to yell. She's at the 2-year-old yelling stage. They get in this boat and they get lost, and they have to try to find their way back home. And Jasper's like super stressed out because, you know, he has to get her back safely because he's the older one. You know, that's cute. And this is Loco Moco, which is a Hawaiian specialty apparently. It's really delicious. I made it at home. It's actually one of our favorites at our house. I love this. Sure, it's one of the meals that the kids will be like all over every time we make it. This kiss got cut from the novel, and we ended up making it an almost kiss instead to make the actual kiss a lot more special, I guess. So we made an almost kiss, and then this guy comes and interrupts them. He's a Hawaiian guy I made up named Leilani, and he's gonna kind of help them out. But this scene I think is gonna get cut too, where like Jasper goes back to get his backpack and gets trapped in the ocean while there's like a tsunami coming and Gwen has to try to save him. I don't know if we're gonna cut that or not. I haven't gotten that far, and me and my siblings who are kind of deciding stuff like that have not decided yet. But yeah, gets his life saved. So congratulations, Jasper, he's still alive. And here they're at the Leilani's house, and they've taken shelter, and the storm has calmed down, but not all the way. And then Leilani says some stuff about like how strangers are dangerous or whatever, and like Jasper starts getting kind of tense, and he leaves. And so go here and get some food. And this is actually a police officer from Google. I googled uniforms from Hawaii, and they're pretty similar to other uniforms in the USA. And so I just drew this random dude on Google in my own way. So whoever that dude is, congratulations to my novel. And this is I skipped a few chapters and I fast forwarded to this chapter where some actually exciting stuff happens. And you know, Jasper's drawing because he's an artist. One's over here being bored for some reason. She's like, "Tell me a joke." It's actually a really nice joke here. He goes, "I'm like the household Alexa," and then he tells this super lame joke. And then they realize that there's somewhere else. We don't know where they are. And Jasper's like, "Oh no, this might be a place with wild tribes that will eat trespassers." And she's like, "Yeah, it helps my nerves." He's like, "I know." And then there's some rustling, and then they find that it's just a turtle, which I don't really think I know how to draw turtles very well, so there's my sketch. Let's go on it. It says turtle. His name, I think I should release his name. He's a special character. There's Jasper drawing a picture of Gwen and the turtle. Gwen's nose is a little weird. I have to fix that nose. I love this picture right here. And this is my progress now. These were just inked for the longest time, and then finally colored them the other day. I did a lot of really cool background work for this one specifically. So this is my most advanced so far. Again, cool background work, cool background stuff. Those are ants and stars. These books were really fun to draw. They're so cool. And yeah, I'll skip it to like a few pages ahead. There's an angry guy. This cool background. Some of them didn't turn out fantastic. Like this is obviously, he's kind of small. His head's a little too small and everything. This guy's supposed to be small. That camel's butt is a little weird. But other ones turned out really, really cool. And I really loved how one back here turned out. Actually, this one's one of my favorite pictures in the whole thing. And then even better, I love the background, which is all these stars. And yeah, I put a lot of expression into characters. There's a lot of different examples of that. I always have this fox guy over here being a cute little fennec fox. And this guy. This is one of my newer stories. It's my newer characters. I like that, how that one turned out. This whole page just turned out like all the background art just made it so interesting. That's just pure determination. And this is Brick Well. I got to design for the novel. I got to design this abandoned plantation. The idea was that these were Barbary ground squirrels that had made these holes and messed up the plantation's farming, and so it was abandoned, and there was Egyptian vultures everywhere. This cat, he's like, hey. Got a lot inked now. This is this thick of art, and I got about half of it inked already. I've been working on this for like a year, almost 2 years. And the novel, the novel I redrafted it like 3 years ago now. So I'm working on this whole story for a little while. That whole page was not inked. And then up to this point, after this is going to be not as much inking going on, because after this point there's going to be just sketching going on. I can show you the sketches. Sometimes they're really funny, because sometimes they just turned out all weird because they're sketches. They're not supposed to be the final project yet. I've got all these cool sketches. This sketch, personally, turned out really weird. This sketch doesn't even have a face. These sketches actually turned out really good. They're closer to drawings than sketches. Just gotta sketch, you gotta draw, you gotta ink, you gotta do the background, ink the background. This is weird totally gonna have to delete that part. I'm gonna erase that, change that a little. I got the scribble here to cover up from one of my siblings. They'll do that. This is cool. This guy's face right here. And then after you finish the sketching and background and stuff, you gotta color it. Color everything. I mean, you don't have to. But when you're me, you have to. That's part of what I do here. This over here, right here, I like these two drawings. They turned out really nice. This one. But yeah, and a lot of these don't have drawings. Some of them have sketches, some of them have drawings, not all of them. But this is my work in progress, and I have come pretty far in the comic book world, as you can see. This is like my favorite drawing in the entire book, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, all these drawings and sketches. Here we've got Smoochy. Smoochy. And just a bunch more sketches and stuff. It's a lot of fun though. I love this picture. This has to be my second favorite. I don't know how I got this. There's something about this pose. Not even much, but just like something about it. I really love it. I like this whole thing too. And then these are some of the final pages. Right here. And that's the end of this novel. And this is all the reference that I took for this novel for the graphic novel version of it, which took some maps and lots of different animals. These are, hello, you can come in. And there's some sheep, and this is a hyena. All that came in and out for some reason. And then this is the Tazagap in Morocco, I believe. This is, what's it called? A monk seal, I think? Yeah, it's a monk seal from the Mediterranean coast. And this is an Egyptian vulture. And then this is a Moorish walrus. And this is a camel. I got a jackal. And these are all animals that are in the book that I know how to draw. And I got a donkey. I love donkeys. And got this Arabian Palace reference. This is an Arabian Palace in there. I didn't sketch it yet in the novel. And then this is a dress that I used the design for one of my characters' dresses because it was just so cool. Such a cool dress.
And I got you the under.
They're merino. Something's wrong with my legs.
Come here. Hey, Square, can I open it? Hey. Let your sissy open her present.
This is my own reality TV show. I've got a cool colored happy birthday sign.
It's the other way.
Got a bunch of birds on it.
It has a note on the back.
Aww.
It's got a note on the back that Luna requested I do not read aloud.
Aw, can I read it though?
Spelled my name wrong.
I don't care.
It's private between you two, but if I can read it, that'd be. I love sleeping with Fred.
This is
I get a mistletoe.
Hard to get.
I was joking. What's this? Crafty pencil.
What happened to it?
I don't know. History's ugliest pencil.
Alright, come here. Oh, dinner. Come sit over here, Luna.
Yeah.
Can you hand that to Luna for the time being while you...
I'm doing a special thing.
What's this?
That is a wave.
Oh, that's neat. What's this?
This is a rock. This is a mountain. This is a book.
What's
This
on the rock side?
it's a sleepy thing.
Oh, it's his nighttime cap, like from
Pooh.
yeah, like from Winnie the Pooh.
All of
And
them
the moon
have
has
it.
it, and the sun, and the cloud, and there's a book. Nice. We gotta write your name on the back of this.
Isn't that epic?
Okay.
Don't worry, I have another birthday present for you.
I broke my teeth.
I broke it. Paper.